Well, good evening to you, my fellow classmates here at Fort Hays State University Instructional Technology course. And as we bring our time together to a close, I thought it would be best suited to go out the way that I came in, sitting in my brown recliner. I've got a dog asleep in my lap, and my son's asleep on the couch next to me. Now, here at Fort Hays, we pride ourselves in the flexibility of our classroom. As we know, many of you are based out of the Midwest, as well as others that are scattered across the United States and even into England. Now, recently, my family moved to Canada, as I state quite often. And as I look at my biggest challenges, that's my biggest challenge. I've moved from an area where I felt confident in the school, confident in the systems, confident in the preset, you know what to expect in a school, right? But here in Canada, number one, I can't work in the schools yet as I'm waiting for my work visa to come through. So I'm working for a dealership driving shuttle and slinging winter tires onto cars. So I question myself, like, what am I doing? I'm not in education right now. In the process of doing my training videos, it was like a breath of fresh air. So my biggest challenge is how will my time at Fort Hays and my time teaching and doing technology integration in the States, how is I going to transfer here in Canada? Now, based off of my experiences of going into the classrooms and working with my children's teachers and in my professional development training with the teachers, I found that here in this particular part of Ontario, while technology is present, it is lacking its full integration power. I met with my sister in law for one of our face to face trainings. She teaches grades 7 and 8. And just what I thought were some of the basic things were new and fresh to her. So that kind of leads me to what does the future look like for me here in Canada? When we look at ISTE standards number one, it is leadership. Now, when I started this program, I never thought that I would want to be outside of the classroom. I'd always want to work with kids, always want to have my own classroom library, class pets, class bulletin boards, the whole 9 yards, right? But now, as this program has unfolded for me, I've begun to see that perhaps being in a leadership role does suit me because I do enjoy working with teachers as well as students and finding the right tools that would best work for them and work in their classroom. So, who am I addressing here? I'm addressing myself, quite honestly, because coming into a situation where you tell yourself, I am a fourth grade teacher, I'm a fourth grade teacher, that's what I do, I teach fourth grade, we limit ourselves to the potential possibilities that are available for us. Now, as I begin to look at jobs here in the area and as I wait for my work visa to come through, I begin to see some positions that previously I would not have looked at. There's one at the local college that is for a online curriculum designer. And at first, that doesn't sound real glamorous or exciting. It's probably some office somewhere. I was reading through the job description. And I realized that my instructional technology courses here at Fort Hays have prepared me for such a job as this. Now, if I were to limit myself to the traditional classroom, I'm going to limit myself to the experiences that are available out there. Now, through my time here at Fort Hays, I've learned to broaden my horizons, to try new things. And as much as I don't like POW tunes, we find that it does work for other people. And so as I look back at all my experiences here, I see that many of them put me in places that I felt uncomfortable so that I could grow. And most importantly, if we continue to stay in areas that we feel most comfortable, we're not going to grow in the sense that we need to. Now, I know that many of you are looking at working with your technology integrationists that are already in your schools and working with your staff. Now, as myself in a party of one on the recliner with my pug in my lap and my son sleeping next to me here, I realize that right now the future is wide open for me. Now, whether I'm teaching grade 6 or if I'm teaching on in digital classrooms or even if I'm working as a consultant in the building, that's all up in the air. Now, recently, our Prime Minister and the premier, Doug Ford, who is, think of like the governors, basically. He's recently made some severe cuts or proposal cuts to the educational programs here in Ontario. And while that's very disheartening, there is a part of that that I am happy that I'm here with this degree because there is talk that 25% of the secondary teachers will be losing their job in favor of online courses. Now, how convenient is it that I've just completed a program that prepares me to teach online courses? So here we are with that, and that's the future that we're looking at. Now, throughout my time here at Fort Hayes, I've had some ups and downs in this whole process, and certainly, as I'm sure many of you have as well. Now, whether you're in the classroom, you're at home, or wherever you actually have the opportunity to apply this, I think what's important that we take away from this experience and from this program is not just the tools that we've picked up, because let's be honest, some of those tools that we like and that we really latch onto, they go away. One of my favorite ones that I did a review on uh, was a an app that allowed teachers to ask a question and students would respond back with video responses. It is no more. It was a great app. I taught several PDs on it, and now it doesn't exist. So if we get hung up on just one particular app or one tool, we're simply like a one-trick pony. But if we take from this course the knowledge or the experience of trying new things and being able to guide other people through it, that's what's most important. Now, I think if we begin to think like, well, I don't know everything, or I'm too timid, I don't know exactly what the situation calls for. If we realize that we've been equipped with the know-how of how to teach or how to lead others, we don't necessarily have to know everything there is to know about that particular item. Now, one thing that I found to be powerful is that when you have another staff member or even a student that has discovered an app or a tool, by empowering them and saying, listen, hey, you're my expert on this. Would you teach the class? We are able to lead our school by delegating and by showing leadership to other people. So, greatest challenge, get a job, right? Greatest challenge is finding how does this degree, how does this certificate, if you will. How will this help me or apply here in Canada? Will they even accept this particular degree for the Ontario College of Teachers? I don't know. I guess we're going to find out. But as we bring our time together to a close, I do wish you all the very best. And I thank you for those that have said kind words and encouraging words and have also given feedback to my many late night assignment postings. I wish you the best. Have a wonderful summer and the best of luck with your careers. Thank you.